This is my 2026 NHL playoffs bracket. Now, I'm a huge hockey fan, always have been my whole life. Hockey playoffs, best sport in the world for sure. There's nothing quite like it. It's the most intense, competitive sport. It's amazing. It's simply amazing. And I am happy because my team is there. So I do have something to watch for. However, it will be rough. So in this video, I'll be going through my predictions for each series up until the Cup. And just kind of reviewing overall what the scores are going to be like, what the series are going to be like. Yeah, I'm very excited. As of recording this, playoffs start in, actually they start tomorrow, I think, on April 18th, I believe it is. So we're knocking on the door here. It's absolutely amazing, and let's get started. I'll start with the East. Okay, yeah, perfect, okay. So I'll be writing it down, what I think. So the first round is the Sabres versus the Bruins. Now, this is going to be a fantastic series. Both these teams are super physical. They've got a lot of experience. They're both big teams. One of my best buds is a Sabres fan, so I kind of have to cheer for them, but I also don't at the same time. So, anyway, I think this will be a very close series because Buffalo looks honestly unbelievably good. They look very strong. They're a strong team. They've been one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league since the break. And I mean, Boston is no slouch team either. They've been absolutely incredible as well. But honestly, I think for this series, I'm gonna have to go with the Sabres. They just look so strong. It's gonna be a really hard series for both teams. And my prediction is, if the Sabres do well in this series, then they'll be set. But they've got to get through this series first, because no matter how good they are, they still haven't really played playoffs yet, which I know it doesn't necessarily matter, but it does at the same time. So it remains to be seen, but I think it's going to be a fantastic series. And honestly, I think this series will go long. I'm debating whether I put 4-2 or 4-3. I'm going to give the Sabres the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to go with 4-2 Buffalo. 4-2 Buffalo. I think that will be the final score of this series. Next up, we've got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Canadiens. Another incredible series. Honestly, the East just looks amazing this year. Obviously, Tampa Bay, both teams look so good this year. Tampa Bay's got, probably some of the most playoff experience of any team. They've been in it for a long time, and they're all their veteran guys. Kucherov, Hedman, Vasilevsky. They've won it before. They've played it before. They're such an experienced team, and they're so talented. So it's hard not to pick them to win every year, to be honest. And they don't have Florida to beat them this year either. Obviously, Florida didn't make the reigning Stanley Cup champions did not make the playoffs this year, but they had it coming with all those injuries. But yeah, the Lightning look incredible. The Canadiens also look really good. To end the season, they went, I don't know if they went undefeated in their last games, but they basically won all of them. And they're showing no signs of slowing down. I think it's going to be, because both these teams are so skilled offensively, and they're both quite good defensively as well. I think it's going to be I think the goalies are going to be able to steal the series if we get Vezina caliber Vasilevsky in net, or if Dovish or whoever starts for Montreal plays their heart out and plays incredibly well. I think that could definitely be a difference maker. in the series. Now, who do I think is going to win? Well, I think it's going 7, regardless of who wins. So I'm just going to put that immediately. I think it's going to be 4-3 for the series. But I am going to give it to the Lightning. I think the Lightning will win this series. Tampa Bay Lightning. There we go. Okay. Again, this is kind of a bit of a coin toss. It's going to be a super close series, I think. But it remains to be seen. Oh, yes, it does. Okay. Incredible. Okay, so next up, we've got the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes, against the Ottawa Senators. Now, here's the thing. Oh, sorry. I've just realized a small mistake in my bracket here. That says wildcard 1. It should be wildcard 2. Ottawa's the second wildcard. Boston is first. This series is going to cause me a lot of anguish. I've said in previous videos, I'm a Senators fan. So I'm trying very hard not to be biased right here. But at the same time, I genuinely kind of have to be, because it's my team in the playoffs. But that being said, the Hurricanes are an incredible team. I mean, they finished first in the East. That's no easy feat when you're against teams like Tampa, when you're against teams like Buffalo, when you're against teams like Montreal. That's no easy challenge. So obviously they're a fantastic team. I mean, their depth is unbelievable. You know, Jarvis, Aho, all these guys, they just go back and back and back. All their lines are good. They don't have weak lines, really. I don't watch the Hurricanes too much, but one of my friends does, and yeah. They're pretty good. They're a very skilled team. That being said, Ottawa is also a very skilled team. Since the break, or since January 1st or the Olympic break, whenever, Ottawa has been one of the best teams in the league among all the other Eastern teams. They had a great run. Obviously, they pushed back into a playoff spot, and well, they made it. So, yeah, they've been playing incredible the past 20-ish games, 25 games, 20 games. But most importantly, and I think this is going to be the entire decider for the series, is goaltending. Both these teams are good defensively, good offensively. They've all got depth, everything. But the goalies worry me on both sides. Now, Allmark is a great goalie if he's dialed. Can he be dialed? I hope so. The Hurricanes trio, it is, with Anderson, Boozy, and I can't remember the other guy. I know it's a Slavic sounding name, so forgive me for not being able to remember, but they are all also a bit questionable. Freddie's been not great in the playoffs. And Boozy's not that experienced, so it remains to be seen, but I'm also thinking this series goes to 7. So 4-3 final. And I'm going to have to give it to Ottawa. I'm biased, but at the same time, the Senators are a really good team, and I think if there's going to be an upset, it will be this. I mean, the Sens basically have nothing to lose. The Hurricanes kind of have a lot to lose because they may always make the playoffs, but they never make it anywhere in the playoffs. You know, the Sens are just happy to be here. It's a tough matchup. Both teams are so good. It's going to be a great series, for sure. Definitely going to be a great series. And I think it will be a goaltending difference. Okay. And then last up, we've got, who is it? Oh yes, it's the Penguins versus the Flyers. Now this series, Battle of Pennsylvania, first of all, which is really interesting. That's going to be much about either of these teams, to be honest with you. But I'm going to immediately go for Pittsburgh here. Now, I think this series will be 4-2 for Pittsburgh. Now, why do I think this? They've looked great. Everyone expected them to be awful this year, including probably them. But they just weren't. They kind of locked in and just won, which is very interesting. But regardless, they're such an experienced team. I mean, Crosby, Letang, and Malkin have been playing together for 20 years. They're built for the playoffs, to be honest, in that regard. They've got the leadership to carry them through. The Flyers are young, they're talented, but they're young, and they're inexperienced. I think overall, the Flyers will put up a fight, but I think Pittsburgh will take the series 4-2. Okay, that's it for the East. Let's move on to the West. Now we've got the Avalanche versus the Kings. I'm going to also immediately say this will be the first sweep of my bracket. I think if there's going to be a sweep, it's going to be this series. The Avalanche are, I mean, if you watch the NHL at all, they need no introduction. They finished first in the league. They finished first in their division. They're such a strong team. Their goaltending's been great. Their forwards have been great. Their defense has been great. Now, I'm not saying the Kings are bad, but that's a rough matchup. They finally graduated from playing Edmonton just to have to play the Avalanche, which is brutal. But I wish them the best of luck, but I think the Avalanche will sweep this series. Oh, they'll definitely win. I would be truly surprised if the Kings won this series, but I do think the Avalanche will win, and I'm predicting a sweep. Colorado is just built for the playoffs. They're fast, they're strong, they're efficient. Their depth is unbelievable. Everything. They're just such a strong team. I think they will win this series. Enough said. Next up, we've got a series I'm really excited for. Oh, there we go. Which is, of course, the Stars of Dallas and the Wild. Now, this is going to be one of the best series in the playoffs, in my opinion. These two teams are so strong. They're two of the best teams in the league, which is actually a shame that they have to play each other in the first round, because it means one of them is always out, because Colorado's always first. So then these two have to play each other, and even if they don't play each other in the first round, they're guaranteed basically to play each other in the second round, which means one of them will always lose, which is honestly tragic, because I feel like any of these three teams, the Avalanche, the Stars, and the Wild, any of them could win the Cup. Now, they haven't, but they could. The Avalanche won recently, but, well, recently-ish. Either way, this series is going to be absolutely incredible. Two unbelievably skilled teams, and I just think it's going to be a great physical and high-scoring series. Or maybe not. Their goalies are both really good as well. But either way, incredible series. I'm thinking it's going to 7 as well. 4-3. But I'm going to go with mini. I think it's going to be 4-3. Game 7 victory for Minnesota. Dallas kind of ended the season not poorly, but a bit less optimally than they would probably like. Whereas in the Wild have looked incredible. And I think the Wild do definitely have a chance to win this series. Well, both teams do. Again, this is a complete toss-up in my opinion. But overall, I'm going to go with the Wild. I think they're just going to win. I have no reason for it in particular. I mean, obviously, they've got good players, but so does Dallas. You can't count out Dallas. They've both got good goalies. It's going to be a close series. But I'm going to go with 4-3 Minnesota, Game 7. Next, we've got... I'm not going to write out the whole thing. We've got VGK, the Vegas Golden Knights, against the Mammoth. Now, of course, Utah is a very new team, and they've got a lot of younger guys. It's hard to predict because Vegas initially I would have said the Mammoth all the way, but at the end of the season with their signing of Tortorella, Vegas locked in. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how they did it, but I think they ended the series in their last the season. Sorry, I think their last 8 games they were 7-0-1 or something. Like they found their game apparently, and that could, if that translates into the playoffs, I think it would be a victory over the Mammoth. However, I'm going with another upset here. I think the Mammoth will win this series. I know they're not likely to, but I think, again, it's going to go... I'm even going to go 4-2. 4-2 Utah. Now, this is a bold prediction, in my opinion. The Mammoth are a good team, and they made the playoffs, right? But they're pretty inexperienced. I mean, I think, as the Mammoth, they're inexperienced. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play together, but I think that they've got absolutely nothing to lose here. They're fired up. I think it's going to be a good series as well. And I think overall, the Mammoth will take the win. Not in a fluke, but in a bit of an upset. I think the Mammoth will take the win. And then finally, we've got the Oilers versus the Quackers, the Ducks. But I can't see the Ducks winning this series. I think the Oilers are going to win, and I think it's going to be 4-2. 4-2 Edmonton. I'm just going to straight up say it so I can... One team has got Draisaitl and McDavid. The other does not. I know Draisaitl's injured. I think he'll be back for the first round at some point. But Edmonton is a tough team to beat. And I think Anaheim will figure that out very quickly. I think they'll put up a good fight, and I think there will be some closer games. But, as I said, it would be 4-2, so obviously the Ducks will get some win. But I think overall Edmonton will take the series. It's just, they're such a skilled team. They're so experienced in the playoffs. Like, you gotta beat McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Bouchard. All these guys are incredible. They're incredible players. McDavid just won the Art Ross last night, so good for him. I think that's his 6th one, which is crazy. But, yeah, I think Edmonton's going to win. I don't have too much else to say about that. And now I'll move on to my next page, in which I have all the other teams, all the other rounds, sorry. All right. Okay. Here we are with the round 2, round 3, and the finals. The next bracket. So, getting straight into it. I don't want this video to be too long. We have Sabres, Lightning. We have Senators and the Penguins. We have Avalanche, and versus... Oh, I went to write Utah. The Mammoth. Okay. Now, this is round 2. I'm going to start with the West actually here. So once again, we've got 2 Titan teams here in the Avalanche and the Wild playing each other. Who do I think is going to win this series? I think it's going to be the Avalanche. So that means we have the Avalanche. Oh, I forgot the E. The Avalanche are going to the conference final, which is not that surprising to be honest. It's going to be a good series between Avalanche and the Wild. I'm going to go with 4-2. 4-2 Colorado. Now, Minnesota's a great team. As I explained earlier, so are the Avalanche. That being said, Avalanche, I think, are going to have a light time with the Kings, and Minnesota's going to have a really rough time with Dallas. And I think, that second round, it's hard after you played a huge physical 7-game series, whereas in the Avalanche will have resting time because I'm assuming they're going to beat them in 4 or 5. So Avalanche are going to have a bunch of days off. They're going to have home advantage, and they're going to be against a battered Minnesota team after a physical series against Dallas, which means I think overall Colorado will win, but it's going to be a very close series for sure. And the next between the Oilers and the Mammoth, if the Mammoth happened to be there, it could be Vegas. But either way, whether it's Mammoth or Vegas, even though I predicted the Mammoth, I think the Oilers will make it. Especially if it's the Mammoth, I think the Oilers just outskill them. But either way, I think the Oilers will be going to the conference final. And I think this series will also be 4-2 for Edmonton. Again, I think it would be a fun series. I mean, watching Connor McDavid play is always fun. Same with Draisaitl. And they've got so much talent on that team. It's just incredible. But they'll have to play well against the Avalanche, which is no easy task. So that would be the conference final matchup. Avalanche versus Oilers. And then in the next we go Sabres versus the Lightning. Now, I genuinely don't know. I have no idea what to put for this series. Not the Avalanche, oh dear. The Lightning are a really experienced and skilled team. The Sabres are a really unexperienced and skilled team. But over the course of the regular season, I think Buffalo had the edge over Tampa. But I could be completely wrong on that, to be honest. I'm kind of just making that up in my head. Okay. I've made my decision. I'm gonna go with the Lightning. And that's going 7 for sure. So 4-3 Tampa Bay Lightning. It's going to be a crazy series. I mean, Buffalo's got some unbelievable talent in like Tage Thompson. Their goalie UPL, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, has been great. They've got, of course, Dahlin. They've got so much depth. They're a very strong team through 4 lines, which is really important. That being said, so is Tampa. Obviously, Kucherov, Hedman, Hagel, Gensel, Hedman. I already said Hedman. They've got so many talented players and so many experienced players as well. So it's gonna be a close series, and it's gonna be a hard series for both teams. But this is just my prediction. I think the Lightning will win. Now, Senators Penguins. As a Sens fan, I'm not too happy about playing the Penguins in the playoffs. If you know, you know. Double overtime. But anyway, again, not to be biased here, but I think Ottawa will take this series. And I think it will be 4-2. this is partially my bias, but also genuine belief in the team. I think if they win the first round, if they manage to beat Carolina, I think they're going to the conference final. Because that momentum, I mean, they beat Carolina in the first round. They beat the number 1 team in the East. If that happens, I think Senators will go all the way to the conference final. But it could be a toss-up. The Penguins are a good team, but so is Ottawa. You know, I think it's a very possible matchup, and it's a very possible series win for Ottawa. I've been loving how all of the Sens have been playing recently, especially the defenseman and Spence. Zub's been great. Our forwards, you know, Cousins, been great. Zetterlund's finally found his game in the last few. You know, Ridley Gregg's been amazing. Everybody on Ottawa's been incredible. Amadio as well, I'd like to mention. Defense, offense, even Allmark has been great, which is wonderful to see. I'm very happy about that. So I think, again, if Allmark plays well and Ottawa plays well around him, they're a lethal team. They're an absolutely lethal team. And I think they could win this series going to the conference final. Now, conference final matchups. Avalanche, Oilers. I'm going to go with the Avalanche. I think they look, I know the President's Trophy winners never win, but the Avalanche looks so strong this year. I just can't picture them not doing incredibly well. They're such a good team. They're so talented. I mean, obviously the Oilers are as well. Seeing McDavid play against, McKinnon is incredible for hockey. But I think the Avalanche will take the series. And I'm going to go with 4-2 as well. I'm not saying Edmonton looks worse than last year, but they look kind of worse than last year. And they've had a few problems with injuries and stuff, but I think everybody should be back by then. But, I don't know, I've just got faith in the Avalanche this year. I think they just look so strong. It's hard to predict. It's hard to picture them losing. Which means they're going to the Cup final. Now, Lightning, Senators. As much as I want to say Ottawa, I do think Tampa would win that series. Ottawa can beat Tampa in one-off games, but I think in a 7 or in a playoff series, I don't think they would. And I think I'm going to go with Tampa Bay Lightning, 4-2 Tampa Bay Lightning. I think, I'm not saying Ottawa would run out of steam, but I think I would be truly shocked if they made the Cup final. I would even be shocked if they made the conference, to be honest, because they have to go to Carolina. But if they did, I think the Lightning would beat them. So I'm going to go with the Lightning in the Cup. Again, the Lightning are just so experienced, they're so talented, and their goalie's incredible. I'm not saying Ottawa doesn't have the potential. I think they'll take a few games, as it's 4-2, but that's going to be a rough series, a hard one to win at that. So, yeah, I think our Cup final matchup will be the Avalanche and the Lightning, in which I think the Avalanche will win. Again, I know President's Trophy curse, but they just look so strong this year. They look like such an incredibly strong team. Again, as I said previously, it's hard to picture them losing. It doesn't look like they're capable of losing. It would be a great series, a very physical series, a very skilled series, obviously. You know, the big star guys like Natchez, McKinnon, Makar. Pardon me, I'm tired. On both sides, of course, even Kadri. I mean, Kadri's on their third line. Vasilevsky, not to mention. Sorry, not Vasilevsky. Blackwood, I think it is. Well, and Vasilevsky, of course. But yeah, for the Lightning, Vasilevsky, Hedman, Gensel, Hagel, Cirelli, Kucherov. They're all unbelievable. Both teams are so experienced, so strong, so talented, and very capable of winning. 2026 playoff bracket. I am just excited to watch the playoffs. Everybody loves the playoffs. I do, especially. It's a great time of year. It honestly is. It's the best hockey we see, other than maybe international, like the Olympics. I want to thank you very much for watching. Please let me know your predictions in the comments below. I'll be super looking forward to these games. And yeah, it's so exciting. I'm so excited. Hockey's my favorite sport. It always has been. Probably always will be. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope your team wins. Unless it's at the expense of Ottawa, then I hope they don't. But best of luck to everybody in the playoffs. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good night, day, whatever it is for you.